welcome to episode 6 of the Shit Towns of Australia Florida Man Power Ranking. I am NCR News. With me, as always, is my friend and co-host, Anthony Caruso.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition, NCR. Another week of absolute debauchery and shithousery to come.
Oh, it has been a week for Florida Man.
We certainly look forward to it.
The quick announcements we have for the MVP of last week, it goes to the Shit Towns of Australia.
They had a good week last week all round, but oh boy, there was some absolute shenanigans go out there. I thought for mine, I had to give it to Melbourne in particular. Just what happened there last week.
We have no golden turd this week because both Florida Man and Australia won that one.
Oh god, no, it was that bad last week. So anyway, we've got another week to get through.
Yes, we do.
So I have the customary coin.
I'm going tails this week.
You've done it again. It's a tails.
I will kick things off with a bit of a crappy situation.
Oh no. Is it more shit?
It is shit related.
It is shit.
Florida man who threw toilet through window in East St. Louis was found with second crapper.
Jeez.
Yes, you heard me correct. An alleged toilet chucker from Florida is facing felony charges after flinging an old crapper through a window in East St. Louis School Board headquarters, authorities say. The first time this happened was on February 15th. The officers told the man was carrying the commode up the building and launched it through the first glass window he saw. Officers say they found a 36-year-old male, Dave Torley, and blocks away at a 7-Eleven in the Cleveland Avenue area, getting ready to steal another toilet. He was charged with criminal destruction to property, a Class 3 felony, and is held on a $10,000 bond.
Jeez. Oh God, that really does stink up the joint, doesn't it?
It does. I have to ask something here.
Yes.
Did you see that episode of The Simpsons where Ned's house got destroyed?
Yes.
How the hell did he carry a toilet that big to throw it through a fucking window? Did you ever load your toilet up a flight of stairs?
It seems like they love throwing toilets through windows and other pieces of houses, don't they?
I know. Florida Man has upgraded from alligators to fixtures.
Indeed. Well, we come to 10th place for the Shit Towns of Australia, which, by the way, you can always go check out on Facebook. And in 10th place, well, it had to be them. It's Port Pirie, South Australia. Still shit.
Of course.
Of course. 9th place.
At 9th place, we have a Florida man was playing a round of mini golf naked in his underwear. No mulligans allowed on this one.
Funnily enough, that story, something similar along those lines, might be coming back before you know it. Carry on.
A Florida man was burglarizing a mini golf course in his underwear. Fort Myers Beach, a man was taken to jail allegedly burglarizing a mini golf course while only wearing his underwear. And well, certain people should wear only certain underwear. My man is rocking Speedos and does not have the body for it.
Oh, So he's got a very ordinary rig.
On September 13th. More like that load could use a bit more strapping
Oh
down.
dear.
But
Oh
on
dear.
September 13th at 4:30, deputies responded to a mini golf course because the company's alarm had went off. And they found a 36-year-old Florida man, Francisco, wearing nothing but his underwear. He responded to be very aggressive and in an altered mental state, swearing, said the reports. Francisco had obviously broken several doors, windows, and has stolen a fire extinguisher and broke it.
Jeez.
I mean,
What is
Florida man. Number 9 for us. Oh yeah, number 9 for Australia.
Number 9 for Australia. We head off to Mackay in Queensland. Pest jailed after stroking his member in public. Not much I can really say about this because unfortunately it is behind a firewall, but I should say a paywall. But Matthew Luke Mason has pled guilty and has been sentenced for public masturbation on a central Queensland town's main street in the middle of Mackay. So he's just decided, whilst getting drunk, I'm going to whip my Johnson out and I'm going to show everyone that I am a shower, not a grower.
You know, I think Florida man has been listening to us a little bit too much because this might come back around twice on my end.
Oh dear, we're going to be sharing some stories, are we? Let's head to number 8 and see what we get.
Number 8. Riverside substitute teacher arrested for masturbating in class during his lunch break.
Hi-ho!
A Riverside substitute teacher was arrested for masturbating in front of students, according to authorities. Harvey Coyle, age 26, a substitute teacher for the Bridge Pier Academy in Riverview. On May 13th, students walked in and saw him taking care of himself. He was placed on administrative leave, and a warrant was issued for his arrest on Wednesday and is now in custody.
I get the feeling that we're going to be seeing quite a bit of nudity today, this week, are we?
Quite a bit.
Oh boy!
But
what is it?
We know why the people came here. The hardcore nudity.
Shake, 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 shake,
shake, shake,
shake your booty. Oh boy! Well, we better move on to the next one because number 8, they've been missing for a few weeks, but it is your favorite town. Go for it.
The city of Townsville.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, intellectually disabled teen accused of string of armed robberies of KFCs and Red Roosters, and a meth head fronts court after being caught naked on all fours in his front yard.
Jesus Christ.
A boy, intellectually disabled boy, found disguised at all times, has pled guilty to 4 counts of armed robbery, 2 at a Red Rooster, 2 at a Night Owl, and a stealing charge from one of the local KFCs. I mean, you're robbing from the Colonel, mate. Come on.
Hey, I would do a lot to get my hands on that recipe of 11 herbs and spices.
But it's the Colonel. What's the Colonel ever done to you?
Besides, serve me delicious food.
I want to be able to have my bucket of chicken in safety. All right.
And biscuits are pretty fucking good.
Did somebody say KFC?
Yes.
I'm down.
I'm cool with that.
KFC, if you want to sponsor this segment, go right ahead.
Okay. She's back.
Florida woman.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
For number 7, Florida woman throws steak knives at man who left her at a bar. Yes. A Florida woman in Flogger County, Florida, Danielle Keeler, age 34, was arrested after throwing steak knives at a man she went to a bar with who decided to leave her. He wanted to leave, she refused. Her response? Attempted murder and attempted aggravated assault. She grabbed several steak knives and a bottle opener, attacked the man who was trying to hold her back at chairpoint. She is currently in jail being held on a $12,500 bond. Would you like to see the lovely lady?
Oh, let's see it.
The Daily Mail would stop trying to.
Oh, is the Daily Mail playing silly buggers again?
Yes, they are. But here
Dear
is
dear.
the mug shot. I got it. Here we go. Look at that face. That's the face of a woman who's willing to have a good time, mate.
Oh boy. She looks like she's had one too many good times.
Yeah,
Just one.
just one too many.
Just one too many. That's a real shame.
Yeah.
Well, these days it wouldn't be a Shittown's power ranking without the Alice being in the list. Yes, at number 7, it is Alice Springs in the Northern Territory. Feral kids aged 11 and 14 hooning through a town in a stolen camper van, and armed thugs rob occupied hotel rooms. Now, the one that really stood out for me in particular was this one here. The stolen 11-year-old and a 14-year-old stole a camper van, took it for a joyride in the Alice on September 16th at 7 a.m. Police were forced to use a tire deflation device in the middle of the Alice to try and bring these kids in. It started off at 3. They apparently stole the camper van at 3:30 a.m. 11 and 14, and they will be dealt with pursuant to the provisions of the Youth Justice Act. It just goes to show the Alice has got a massive youth crime problem, and they have no bloody clue of how to deal with it.
You know what they should do? And this is just going to be a little bonus thrown in. They should adopt what Volusia County Sheriff Michael Chitwood is doing.
What's that?
Because he is so fed up with the kids making the fake threats about school shootings and bombings that he's like, fuck it. I am going to publicly shame your kids. I am not going to blur out their faces anymore. We're going to put out billboards. We're going to put out flyers, and we're going to post it all over the state of Florida that your kid is a shit kid and you're a shit parent. I'm down for that.
I'm down for it as well. Do it.
Number
Absolutely do
6. Number 6 for Florida man is a bit of a funny one. Florida man breaks burglary suspect, gets stuck in Corvette and begs owner to get him out. In Miami, Florida, after a Miami Beach driver discovered an intruder inside of his Corvette. My brother, this is not your car. This is my car, said the owner. A 33-year-old suspect was found inside the car begging for release due to Corvette's new safety and security measures, which will not activate the car's electronic system if you don't have the keys inside of it. The man was caught inside with the doors automatically locked from the outside, and he couldn't get out. And there is video of him begging the owner of the car to release him.
Oh, that's special. That is special.
Oh, and it's a nice Corvette too.
Oh, why do that to it? Come on. Oh boy. Let's move on to number 6 for the shit towns of Australia, and we head off to Griffith in New South Wales. Normally, Griffith, known as one of the real centerpieces around hydroponics. But in this case, a Gronkess allegedly assaults a woman, strips to her undies. Yes, we've got some more hardcore nudity, ladies and gentlemen. Breaks into the house and then menaces residents and then assaults another woman on the street. Oh, this is going to be fun. A 23-year-old Griffith woman will face court next week after allegedly assaulting a woman, undressing, fleeing in her underwear, breaking into a house, and intimidating 2 residents and attacking a stranger. The allegiance, there is no photo, unfortunately. If anyone does happen to find a photo, have a look to yourself, because I'm not sure whether it's going to be safe for this, because there is nudity involved. So, the woman allegedly got into an argument with another woman known to her before grabbing her by her hair, striking her several times on the nose, causing it to bleed. The person of interest was in an irate state, punching a window and causing it to shatter before undressing and fleeing in her underwear. The woman then attended an address on Snaith Place in Griffith, where she allegedly smashed a window and climbed into the premises. Once inside, she allegedly confronted 2 residents who felt intimidated by her actions and took refuge in a room, barricading an internal door shut. The female person of interest allegedly banged on the internal door, yelling angrily at the 2 residents. Unable to open, she then left the house and was confronted in the street by a female member of public who she allegedly physically assaulted, leaving her with facial cuts and a broken nose. She has been charged with multiple offences, including aggravated break and enter, committing a serious indictable offence, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, common assault and destroying and damaging property. She has been refused bail and will appear before Griffith Local Court on the 18th of September. Sounds like she was just out for... Well, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. That is just pure shenanigans.
Oh, did you say shenanigans?
I believe shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Well, thank you, Reginald.
Now,
I didn't expect Reginald to be here.
Oh, he's the house band. We keep him on standby. Although his radar is getting a bit out of control. The Vaucluse bitters are just stacking up outside.
Oh, mate, we're all a little bit worried for him with the Vaucluse bitter.
Now, I am going to let you pick number 5. Do you want drug or do you want more nudity?
We've got to stay with the theme. Let's get our. This would have been the perfect episode for the Night Captain to join us, because he'd be just telling everyone, get naked if you want to. So why don't we just go with the flow?
The Philadelphia Flasher caught in Brevard County. Hey, Stephen Buckler, 57, faces charges of exposing his sexual organs. In Brevard County, the sheriff's deputies caught a man known as the Philadelphia Flasher in his house attic. Stephen was spotted exposing himself and masturbating along a bike trail on Parish Road on U.S. Highway 1. When deputies reached the scene of the bike trail, he ran and broke into what turned out to be his house at the time, and climbed up into the attic. And, well, Must have been cold because not much is said about his organs.
Jeez.
Oh,
Oh dear.
he was
Oh.
charged with exposing sexual organs, resisting an officer without violence, and is being held on a $10,500 bond and has a court date October 1st. And I do have photos of Mr. Steven.
You do?
Oh, yes.
Oh boy. Why am I worried? Why am I very worried?
Well, if this. Look at that face. That's a face of a trustworthy man.
That's some serious intent in those eyes.
I love the sad one. That one makes me laugh the most. Look what I do wrong.
What I do? It's my first day.
But 57, you should know better.
Hey, we know 57-year-olds who clearly don't know better. But we'll leave that for another day. This is very true. We then move on to 5th place for the shit towns of Australia. And we head off to Daly River in the Northern Territory. Gronk pleads guilty to firing a crossbow at people during riots sparked by an AFL rivalry. Not much can be said about this. It is paywalled, but Jared Sambono has pled guilty to his part in the Daly River Grand Riot. This was a riot that started as a result of an AFL game, and Jared Sambono pled guilty to using a crossbow to assault members of the rival AFL team.
I mean, I'm all for hooliganing, but leave the weapons at home, folks.
I mean, especially something like a crossbow, where if you use it right, that is lethal. I mean, I find it fascinating so far. We haven't found anyone for the wood chipper. He's probably the closest, I think, to the wood chipper, but it's still not quite there yet, is it?
Not there yet, but I think we will have a candidate for it.
Oh, quite possibly. Let's move on to 4th place for Florida Man.
4th place is Florida Woman.
Ooh.
And since you brought up the use of a weapon, let's not leave her out to the dust. A North Fort Myers woman attacks a man with a machete and chopping off part of his thumb.
Jesus.
A Florida woman on Saturday night, sheriff's officers arrested Sheila King and charged her with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to harm a man who permanently disfigured this guy. And would you like to know why she did this?
Oh, let's hear it.
Because they were squatting in a house and he refused to do his chores.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yes. Deputies found the machete hidden in the bedroom located on the victim's property, and the victim was discharged from the hospital. He's now missing the limb permanently because it was a clean shot. Oh, it gets worse. She was also going for the toes. She took off his thumb and was going to try to chop off one of his pinky toes. I am just at a loss. Florida woman, don't you ever fucking change for us.
Jesus Christ. Wow. And it was a clean hit with the machete.
Yes.
Jeez. Must have done it with some force.
Not really. Machete is very great for chopping.
Well, yeah, but still, if it's not been done properly. You know, you got to hit with some force in that regards there. We're going to move on now to 4th place for the shit towns of Australia. And we head off to Geelong in Victoria. And, well, we warned you, ladies and gentlemen, that nudity was going to be playing a fairly prominent role in these rankings today. And, well, here we go again. A Geelong man has pled guilty in court after getting a blowjob during a police chase on a freeway.
Say what?
So Tristan Smith, the driver from Windori, while in the middle of a police chase, was receiving oral sex from his girlfriend in the car while on the run from police. I mean, let's credit where it's due. If he kept his focus that well in that situation, mate, he's got nerves of steel. All on the Western Freeway, which is the main freeway that connects Geelong with Melbourne.
All I could say to that entire thing is,
oh my.
Indeed. Jeez. This really is the night to get your kid off, isn't it?
oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I know it's every guy's fantasy to get a road blowy, but Jesus.
Oh.
Police chase.
I'm so disappointed that he missed out. That this guy missed out on a medal position.
You know, I kind of want to nominate him for the MVP of the entire stream.
I am nominating. That is nomination material right there. I mean, the hustle.
Respect.
Indeed. Who does get the bronze for Florida man?
Florida man arrested for snorting cocaine while trying to flee the cops.
We need Eric Clapton to pop up whenever anyone mentions cocaine around here.
Oh yeah. But in Holiday, Florida, a man was arrested earlier this week in Pasco County after fleeing a traffic stop and attempting to conceal his illegal drugs by ingesting them. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, troopers say during the stop, they identified a 40-year-old man named Joel Walson after he was speeding on US 19 Miles Stretch Road in Holiday, Florida on Tuesday night. He refused to stop and and ended up getting into a high-speed pursuit, leading him into a residential neighborhood. It's Wallace, I'm sorry. Before they could arrest him, he decided to hide his drugs by, taking a little ski trip. And I do have a mugshot here that you can't say he wasn't trying.
Oh boy!
I think he watched Scarface one too many times.
I'm. Hang on, Joel Craig Wallace. Are we sure it's not Floyd?
Could be related.
Could be related. Oh. I'm just waiting for him to just yell out. I'm just waiting for him to yell out, "Say hello to my little friend."
But look at his nose. There's no way you can't you can't hide that, brother. I mean, let me zoom in here. Look at that.
That cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I mean,
right?
Seriously.
I mean, you use a $50 note at least. Don't just go straight in. You know?
I mean, Yeah, Eric Clapton would
Oh,
be proud.
oh, Eric. Oh, now. No. Let's go on to the bronze medal for the shit towns of Australia power ranking. And we're going to stay in Victoria. We're going to head off to Bendigo from Geelong. And a meth head pleads guilty to causing a car crash with his 3 kids in the car. A methed up Bendigo dad, Jared Lambie, caused a horrific head-on collision in Kangaroo Flat with his kids in the car that hospitalized 5 people. He pled guilty to
Jesus.
several driving offenses after he veered into oncoming traffic, causing the horrific crash. And the worst thing was the kids were on a play date.
Oi, Timmy, who's your friend there? Can he keep his mouth shut?
That is now on the verge of wood chipper.
I mean, hitting the 5 people alone is wood chipper adjacent, but to do it while your child's on a play date with you, come on now.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely wanting a trip to the wood chipper.
Oh, I think so as well. And if you ever get a chance to get a look at the photos for it, I can't get it up unfortunately because again paywalled. But the damage done to one of the cars there, the entire chassis has been ripped out from underneath.
Our civil med.
And to think no one died from it.
That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a Florida Man Silver Medal Prize?
Ooh, I'm nervous. I'm very nervous.
Florida Man says high speed police chase felt like Grand Theft Auto video game.
We do love GTA.
We do. More of a Saints Row fan personally, but GTA is a good game.
Now, to me, the best one. I mean, if they could recreate Vice City with the same machine as San Andreas, my life would be complete.
Oh yes. A Naples man in Naples, Florida, was clocked reaching speeds of 120 miles per hour on Wednesday.
I'm sorry, what?
120 miles per hour.
That would be close to one. That'd be over 170 kilometers an hour. That's close to 180.
According to the sheriff's deputies, during the chase, they clocked Gary Miller, age 22, going 117 on Interstate 75. The interstate highways now are very heavily populated, especially I-75, because that is one of the main corridors to get in and out of Florida. Miller has stolen an SUV and exceeded before being stopped at 120 miles per hour with lights and sirens following him. The sheriff's deputies rammed him at a red light over a greasy area on the roads, causing him to pit out. When he was being taken into custody, Miller reportedly told the deputies that it felt like he was in the video game Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
He was charged with fleeing, escalating the police. On top of that, several traffic violations. And are you ready for the funny part of this?
Let's hear it.
Driving on a learner's permit without a licensed driver.
Jeez.
Who is Australia's silver medal champion?
Oh boy, we head off to Geraldton in Western Australia. Elderly woman assaulted with broom during a violent break-in by 6 feral kids aged 12 to 15. Geraldton police are investigating a violent attack on a female at her home in Rangeway. A 67-year-old woman returned to her home in Abelia Street at about 12:10 a.m. was closing her front gate when she was approached by these kids. She was struck in the face. They stole her handbag and fled on foot.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah, scum.
I mean, there's a special place for that lot of kids, and maybe they should spend some time over at Woody's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we would stand on children in a wood chipper, but yeah, it's not great.
Maybe
is it?
see, no, it's not great, but maybe if they see somebody go through Woody's Emporium, and well, you know, it is a OSHA violation hazard over there.
Yeah.
But that is definitely a lot of
Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Shenanigans. Do, 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 do. Oh dear, oh dear. Who took first place?
we have a newcomer who's never appeared on either Florida Man or the Shit Town yet. We have Florida Dad.
Ooh.
Florida Dad chases man with bat and a beer after allegedly snooping in his daughter's window, yelling at him, "Where are you going, boy?" In Palm Coast in Flagler County, a father took matters into his own hands after confronting an alleged peeping Tom peeping into his daughter's window. On September 13th, armed with a Louisville slugger and a beer in his hand, a man confronted a man camping out in his backyard. Well, he was camping out in his backyard waiting for this man, because apparently this has been going on for a while, where he began to terrorize the neighborhood for over a year. He went up to the daughter's window and was looking in. I'm not going to reveal the daughter's name, but the couple had some choice words for him. When he turned around towards the man swinging the bat, he didn't seem to faze him at first. A pretty huge dude, according to the news article, was swinging a bat and didn't see going around and began to chase him with security footage catching the man, where the Florida Dad was yelling for them to call the police. While the man began to flee, Florida Man with beer in one hand, bat in the other, began to yell, "Where are you going, boy? Where are you going? I got something for you." He could be heard shouting. Florida Dad then caught up to the suspect in front of multiple neighbors' homes, and well, Florida Dad did what Florida Dad does. It said the man grabbed a chair and a beer and a bat and waited for the cops.
God, he got a steel chair. Where's Jow when you need him?
We know the alleged prowler was charged for aggravated stalking, voyeurism, prowling, and is being set on are you ready for this?
Yep.
$86,000 bond.
That's a relatively specific bond.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
He has previously been arrested for making bomb threats towards the high school.
Jeez.
Florida Dad, never fucking change, my friend. You get my MVP nomination.
Well, this one's gonna be amazing. And once again, this story as a lot of stories have this week, it does involve gratuitous hardcore nudity. The
Hell
gold medalist for Shit Towns of Australia, and I have provided a photo for you to load up as we read through this as well. We head off to Rockhampton in Queensland, not far from Townsville and Mackay. Ladies and gentlemen, Northern Queensland have been punching above their weights this week, and it's absolutely magnificent. While you get that photo up, let me tell you, a mother of four and a repeated convicted drug trafficker was caught pulling a bag of methamphetamines out of her vagina and tried to hide it in her mouth before biting a police officer who tried to pull it out.
I am now pulling up the photo.
Her name is Jacinta Marie Pearson, and she is now facing court on 4 counts of drug trafficking, indecent exposure, and aggravated assault of a police officer.
I mean, look at her. She seems like such a charming woman.
And yet, she was found with meth up her vagina.
I only have one thing to say.
You fucking weirdo.
I mean, wouldn't that get a little bit uncomfortable after a while?
I've never used meth, so I don't know if it would be.
I was a little bit nervous when I heard that sniff before he said that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, phrasing!
Where'd you get that one from?
Oh, I had it preloaded for a special occasion. But I have to say this. This is wild. I mean, that's some impressiveness to hide it up the veg. I mean,
I know. Oh, don't need a box. We're going to need the box of secrets to go and get that out.
oh yes, we are.
Yeah, indeed.
By the way, I forgot to do this, but we can both agree when we had Florida Dad with that guy,
Yes.
I have a feeling it went down like this.
Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Yeah, I reckon that was the case.
And it can apply to here too.
Yep.
But as we both know,
I see you choosing the hard way.
Okay.
Oh boy. Very hard, very direct.
oh
Well,
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that ends another power ranking for another week. Make sure you put your votes in the comment section below and give us your MVP and your winner of the Golden Turd.
I'm gonna have to say the golden turd goes to the toilet thrower.
Yep.
That's my pick. This is my personal pick, but
You know what? I'm gonna. Yeah, for me, my golden turd, I think is probably going to go to the guy from Daly River who decided to attack people with a crossbow. However, I will say my MVP goes to the guy from Geelong who got the gobby whilst on a police chase.
my pick for the MVP is going to be Florida Dad. I mean, he didn't spill his beer
That's impressive.
while chasing a man with a ball bat. I mean, come on. Anthony, do you have anything you'd like to plug before we end?
Obviously, check out my sports podcast Splinters if you want to hear it. We do have a couple of ads that are going to be coming up fairly soon. I believe we've got a sponsorship from involving Fuka, don't we?
Yes, we do. We do have a Fuka sponsorship, also known as Blue Ridge Music. check out his YouTube channel. We also will be having a sponsorship coming from myself because I am going to be launching my own product.
Ooh.
I'm going to wait to reveal it till we get the contract signed, but it's well worth it.
And I
And
believe. Go on.
No, you go first.
I believe we've also got a certain dentistry company who's going to be providing sponsorship as well.
Oh, yes. But I do have one I can share with us now.
Let's do it.
I haven't gotten the ad blurb from them yet, but you know my history in chairs, right?
Yes.
I have signed an insurance contract to become the spokesman for a chair insurance company because there's only so much embarrassment that can happen on the internet with a chair.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds very good.
Don't forget to check out my channels, NCR News Network, NCR Movie Network, our podcast here, the Shit Towns Florida Man Power Ranking. And also, don't forget to check out Really Cool News site and Really Cool News YouTube channel, hosted and owned by Jim Finch. I am a reoccurring cast member on the All-Star panel and Drunk Girl Theater, where I am being now forced to choose between would I rather marry, have a mistress with one of them, or a one-night stand with the craziest drunk girls that they could find.
And does Really Cool Rose approve of this?
She is also one of the ones trying to find me love with these drunk girls.
Well, yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting. So, so Jim and Rose are officially trying to set you up with somebody.
Yes. And let me put it this way. A lot of drunken Florida Karens. I don't need that in my life anymore.
Oh, I think we better go.
Yep. So everybody, this has been NCR News and Anthony Caruso. Oh, go on.
See you later, guys.
And well,
bye.
We'll see you guys next week. Be well, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.